Hey Gemini, how's it going? Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. I'm Fairlight. And again, how is it going? So, Gemini, I say reality is a mirror because it's been my experience that even when we don't like it, reality is a mirror. And the closer it is to our reality, to our world, the more it is a mirror of what's inside of us. As we go out, as it expands, the more it becomes a co-creative mirror, but it's all mirroring all the same. And boy, I didn't wait. I just jumped right into it. And the reason is, Gemini, and I just say, what is going on? Because this has been a very challenging day for me. And I don't want to go too into me, but again, I see reality as a mirror. And even so, then when it most intensified, Gemini, is after I had my table set up, and it was a series of silly events. I was supposed to work at the shop today, and they had guest musicians, so I wasn't able to work, and la la la. So it's like, I feel like, is this a mirror of what's going on for you, Gemini? Like, because then, so I'm like, okay, I'll come home. I've got videos to make. And I get it all set up. And then my kids start bugging me. And I was so pissed off. I was so impatient. So I'm like, what? And why did it get so intensified? Like, why was my impatience so intensified when I called in Gemini energy? Now, that's not to blame you in your energy for intense impatience. I am responsible for my own energy, just as we all are responsible for our own energy. But again, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Of all signs, why was it Gemini's turn? And once I called to your energy again, like, my kids really didn't do anything wrong, but I just lost all patience with them. So again, I've already said that, but I'm all dramatic and whatever. So Gemini, and then, I started calling, and there, of the 4 decks, there were 2 that wanted to speak, and I've noticed when the William Blake deck is like me, right away it's going to be like, you don't have enough music in your life, or you're not being artistic enough, you need something. But even this, it's like, it shows there's some real fucking frustration going on. So I wanted to pull more cards, but what I saw was enough. And so I just want to say, Gemini, if you don't resonate with this at all, maybe there's an energy around you. Maybe you're like, it's not me, it's them, But whatever it is, let's just take a deep breath. And whatever it is, like, and if this doesn't resonate with you at all, then man, are you lucky, because that was some intense, like, why? Yeah, before I even want to look at the cards, it's like, it feels like an outer sabotage keeps happening. And maybe that's why I'm like so big, like, it's a mirror, it's a mirror, it's a mirror. Not to put blame on you and not to invalidate anything that you may be feeling. Because while I take responsibility for my life, I also know that, like, I feel like I keep trying so hard. I keep trying so hard. Why when I get started to do something, does somebody need me to go pick them up? Or why and so I'm wondering if you just feel really scattered, and if you feel really pulled in different directions. And so I just feel like, before even looking at any cards, really just try to come to center, Gemini. Just take a deep breath. Just want to close my eyes a lot and breathe, like, and you can even, like, I do little mantras, like, I'm always bringing light in and through my being. I'm always bringing light in and through my being. And just breathe that in. Just breathe the light in and through. Feel that release happening, of letting it all go. It's funny, the last 3 readings I did, like, it's like, let's do a big fuck meditation, because I mean, fuck for meditation by all means if you can. But there was a meme that said, that saying the word fuck is actually a mantra that opens up your throat chakra. And as I'm speaking, like I'm feeling this tightness and all this tightness, all this stress. What are you not speaking, Gemini? What? It's like I even see the fighting in here, but it's all for love, isn't it? Kinda. So before I really get into the cards, don't just watch me. Take a deep breath all the way behind your belly button and breathe out the word fuck. I guess that's going to happen for every sign. We'll see. But so far you're 4 for 4. So let's do it again. Deep breath all the way behind your belly button. Fuck. And I like 3s. So let's do it one more time. Deep breath in, all the way behind your belly button. And fuck. Gemini. All right. And I don't know where to look first, but the first thing that really draws my eye, it's funny, I thought this Rider-Waite deck was going to be the main message, and the William Blake was going to be just some little clarifiers or whatever. But the way they laid themselves out so far, not that I'm not going to shuffle and take more cards, but I'm starting with the Rider-Waite, and it's like they're speaking in pairs. One, you've got this beautiful Ace of Cups, but then on the other side, you've got the 5 of Wands. What are you fighting about? So it's like the greater truth is, and I even feel it are you doing that a lot, Gemini? I used to have a best friend that was a Gemini. I've had a lot of best friends that were Geminis. All of my best friends have been Geminis. Well, I can't say that, but I've had some really wonderful Gemini friends. And that's kind of a thing sometimes for some of you. It's just, and we all do it, but I just hear it. But that's not getting you any results. It's even if you mean, why are we fighting? I love you. They're receiving it you just want to keep fighting, don't you? Ooh, I feel this viciousness. Baby, when's the last time you took a walk in the woods, man? Or when frolicking and strolling along a creek or something? I feel like you need nature. And I feel like I fucking need nature. And if I need nature that bad, and y'all's energy intensified this so bad, and I have no Gemini placements except for my South Node is in Gemini, and the North Node currently is in Gemini. So maybe that's part of that, I'm so sick of these activations. If you're into astrology at all, I'm done. I'm done with the whole 2020 that's continued into 2021. And I'm done with this fucking dude. So whether you're more masculine feeling and more feminine feeling, I feel like, you may be this person or you may be dealing with this person. But isn't it interesting how the higher truth, but then there's this. And so and then there's cards underneath, which we might get into, but I just want to deal with these. The higher truth is, yes, my cup runneth over with love. And all I want to do is be connected to my flow, man. And I'm kind of speaking for you, but I'm kind of speaking for me too. I'm take a deep breath again and bless your water and drink water. Oh. But there's just this constant fucking battle going on. And I feel like with this, this could be more of an internal thing. This could be fighting with one other person. Or if you're like me, this is my truth is that I'm this loving being. I've got so much love to flow. I want to get into my readings. I want to do my thing. I want to do the emotionally fulfilling thing. But all these little You get started on something and it's, hey mom, or you finally got something ready. It's like always like I'm right to the point, and then it's like something at the last minute. I get a call, hey, can you watch the baby? Or I get a call, hey, can you give me a ride? Or I get a call, hey, da da da. It's like these little nagging things, or mom, mom, mom. That's, again, just being the mirror. Take it for however it resonates with you. So then I feel like whoever this person is, it's the same thing. It's like treat me like I'm the emperor, but I'm just a big fucking baby and I can't do anything for myself. Do you have someone like that in your life, Gemini? Or, I mean, I don't feel like this is you, but I do feel like here's someone in their higher truth. This could be you, though. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's like, this is who I am. Why am I experiencing so much loss? Or why do I feel so unbalanced? Why is it constantly like the foundation is fucking breaking underneath me faster than I can lay the foundation down? So, boy, are we talking some duality here? Are we talking some... Fuck, man, I feel you. I feel you. So it's like I just want to keep saying, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I don't know how to relieve you of your tense frustration right now, Gemini, but I'm willing to try. So I'm lighting this, like, these sticks. I think they're hand-picked sage, but I'm not sure. There was some cedar in here. But let's just bless and clear that energy. Let the smoke just like, you know what I mean? Just, it's like, let the smoke congeal it all into this one thing, and then you just blow it away. Right? Just blow it away. Okay? And it's interesting, the cards that are underneath. It's like I keep noticing them, but I just need to acknowledge this more. So whether you know that your truth is this emperor, and it's like all on you, you have to be the emperor. I feel like there's a lot of Geminis out there that you just feel like everything is on you right now. But it's like you're trying to keep it together, but it just won't. It's like your truth is here, but what's manifesting is like you out of your power. Or you're dealing with somebody who expects to be treated like this, but they can't keep their shit together. So it's like, look, man, if you want to be treated like a king, you want to be treated like an emperor, you better act like it. But if you're going to be acting all broken and not fucking bringing it's like you need help. You need fairness. You need, regardless of what you identify with these, you need more steady footing right now. So that's not a solution, but at least it's validation, right? Sometimes validation is the way to see the stepping stones. Sometimes we get so caught up in this confused energy that you can't even see which direction to go in, let alone find the stepping stones to get going in that direction. So we see you, Gemini. I'm so sorry. Let's take a deep breath again. It's funny, I say deep breath and then I take a drink. So bless your water, drink your water, take deep breaths, say fuck if you need to. And let's get into these William Blake cards. So it's interesting, we have this king reversed over here, King of Pentacles, and then we have the Man of Painting reversed over here. And what is the Man of Painting in the William Blake deck? It's the King of Pentacles. So I just want to look at that. Now, I want to put them side by side, upright. And isn't it interesting? Like, I love the William Blake imagery. And I've noticed that with the more solid earth energy, there's a lot of water present. And so I've gotten confused at times, like, well, this is water, but music is representing the water in this deck, and the painting represents earth. But isn't that fucking cool that he's walking on water? And why is he walking on water? because he is letting his light shining down on him, and he is thinking about what he wants to create. And so it's different imagery from here. This is a king that's planted his garden, that's had his harvest, that's reaped the fruit of his labors, and he's abundant, and he's sitting still just enjoying it all, eating grapes all day and whatever. But this is a different take on this energy, right? Because he's constantly in movement, and this feels very Capricornian, because Capricorn is that goat with the fishtail. And what I love about that is that, that fishtail, I feel like that's representative, that Capricorn only climbs towards what they feel most deeply about. So Gemini, whatever, I haven't done a Capricorn video yet in a very long time, but just, I guess you have some sort of an attunement or an alignment with Capricorn energy right now. And it is that, not being afraid to walk into this emotional waters, because how do you know what you want to create unless you're in touch with it? And I love the whole thing about the feet. I'm just getting this whole like drawing energy in, like, again, I was talking about nature and how you walk on the bare earth, take your shoes off and just let your bare feet connect with the bare earth, walking on that bare earth, taking a deep breath, or go walk on water, whatever you need to do. But it's reconnecting with that flow. And then when you open up those foot chakras and you start letting that energy flow in and through you, and there's something about emotionally you're connected to, and so it's like he's drawing that energy up, but then also the light is shining on him, the inspiration. And meanwhile, yeah, he's looking down at his palette. He draws from this wealth of his own richness, and that's where your richness lies. Your richness doesn't lie from this external circumstances. Boy, I guess I needed to fucking hear that too. But your richness is what you draw from to inspire you. It's your whole universe around you. It's all that you're connected into, the emotions within, the inspiration that comes to you, whatever you look at, and then you paint the picture. And if you could understand that this implies there's a blank canvas. There's a blank canvas, and what's on there is what you choose to create. Now, they were both reversed. I feel like I'd like to turn them upside down, but I'm going to let them be reversed for a minute. So you're out of center. Boy, that just keeps coming through over and over in different ways. Coming back to center, getting back in tune. And then all the rest, like I said, it was the William Blake deck that really wanted to speak. And it's interesting. You've got a painting, a poetry, and two musics, which would be earth, fire, and water. So I'm going to look at the child of music first. And I just, the art is just so beautiful. And some of them, not all of them, have messages on them, but I'll read the words. Child of music. This would be like a page of water. This is an offer of love. And again, here's this water, right? So before I even read what it says, I feel like this is your own inner child, your own inner muse, the emotion that wants to come out and create. And what does it say? Piping down the valleys wild, piping songs of pleasant glee. So, and it's so funny too, like this music, there's no water in here. It's earth. It's rocky. That's so funny. And so, so now you might be saying, Fairlight, are you sure that the music isn't the earth energy and the painting isn't the water energy? Well, I think whoever designed this William Blake tarot deck didn't want to be so stuck in what the rest of the tarot represents. However, yeah, painting is the earth element. Music is the water element. And if you think about it, music flows. So I want to sing to you just a little bit, just like feeling the flow of music. Ooh, Do you feel the waves of the music? Hey, 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 yeah. When I don't have the words, I have to sing to you, Gemini. Can you feel it? Can you feel the music? Can you feel it? Can you feel the light? Can you feel it? Ooh, Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Do you feel it? All right. Piping down the valley's wild, piping songs of pleasant glee. So that's part of opening that throat chakra. Sing, baby. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, just sing. You have a voice. That means you can sing. And when I feel so strongly telling people to sing, which is often because I like to sing, but I get reminded of when I used to try to give voice lessons, and I discovered that the crow is considered a songbird because of the structure of its voice box. So that tells me all humans are songbirds because we all have the same structure. And it's really not a box. It's not a voice box. It's actually a vocal fold. And if you ever want to look at a picture of the vocal fold, you'll see that it's a yoni. It's a vagina. We produce sound with our yonis in our throats. Isn't that funny? Hey, yeah. And, I'm a mother of 4, so I know about creation and pushing the creative energy through that yoni, I know it very well. So what this is getting at is, regardless of the walls you feel that are built around you, you might feel caged in, you might feel stuck, you might feel like every time you try to flow, you get blocked. And so it feels like walls around you, but this child is oblivious to that. This child has a horn. And it's interesting too that there's this skin that the baby is wearing. It's like a wolf skin. It's not a baby, but the child. There's this wolf skin that the child is wearing. So it's like, despite the innocence of this child, there's this cloak of ferocity. Yet playing music, what an interesting bunch of imagery. And it's all about playing the music, piping songs of pleasant glee. La 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 la. That's what I think of when I think of real Gemini energy, because man, I've had a lot of fun with a lot of people of every sign, but I've had the most fucking fun with Geminis. And we do la 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 la, and we make fun of ourselves. We'll even put our hands out like that. Oh, look at me, Like, seriously, go out and have some fun, Geminis. Just get back into, and it's like that fake it if you make it. Put on a mask. You're fierce. Even if you don't feel fierce, put on your wolf's cloak. Go out there and play your song, okay? And again, there's these cards underneath that's like, okay, underneath the surface, you've got some pretty major shit. And it's like they're major arcanas, but they're both upside down. And at this point, it's like I don't want to, because I go so deep into every card that it's like I don't even want to pick them up and let them take me down the rabbit hole. I just want to say that if it's a romantic thing, shit's fucked up, man. I'm sorry. It just looks like shit is fucked up. And it's funny, I'm looking at the cards underneath here and the cards underneath here, and I feel like in some way, if it's not a romantic partnership, it could be some sort of partnership, or it could just be you, especially well, because it is the Lover's card reverse, but it's in the William Blake card here. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Yes, I'm doing it. It's called knowledge, though. And isn't it interesting that whoever designed this William Blake deck had the lovers be knowledge, but it's reversed. But underneath that is this whirlwind card. And it's interesting because it looks so much like the Chariot, but I know that's not the Chariot. I think that's more like the Wheel of Fortune. And this one is upright. You know, I guess I should have the numbers memorized, but I don't. With me, you always get a clean slate, Gemini. So it looks like whatever is crumbling, whether this is you and your, because Gemini rules the lovers. So you are these two halves of a complete whole. But this could be externalized in a love relationship, whatever it is. You know more clearly than I do. But underneath this shattering and breaking away and whatever is fucking with you, underneath, and again, it's underneath this like feeling like I can't even get focused enough to create. And I feel like that's a lot of it. Like I can't even get focused enough. I can't even get focused to do the thing, to make the things work, because the very people I need to do the thing to make the things work for, they won't leave me alone long enough to fucking get focused and do the thing. And so, believe it or not, this is all surface. And what's happening underneath is like you feel like something's just, the foundation is crumbling. But if you'll understand that your own higher self, your guides and guardians, your ancestors, however you look at it, you ultimately, there is something at play right now that is crumbling the surface of things, and it might feel very deep. It might feel like it's the core of you that is just fucking hurting so bad, and you're losing yourself. But if you can understand that this loss is actually bringing you to a better energy movement, but you need to go inside for a little while. This is the Hermit. It's called imagination, though. So isn't it interesting? We get through all those cards, and they're just saying you need to embrace a deeper imagination. You need to go within. It almost feels like this isn't working out and this isn't working out because maybe you are on the surface of things, and maybe what you were about to put on the canvas was more a reflection of what you wanted others to see or another to see. And so you're painting like a facade, and you in a greater sense of being is like, no, nope, we're not doing this anymore, because you're painting codependency if you were allowed to continue that. And something inside of you, this deeper knowledge inside of you, carrying this light, going into the shadows. I feel like you're being taken into some deep shadow work, Gemini, and maybe you've been there. I feel like we've all been there. Any of us that have been on Earth for the last fucking year and a half or more, we have been through a lot. But I'm feeling like, wow, Gemini, you are, it's like, I'm being shattered. 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 Okay. So the shattering's going to go on for a while. It's not the Tower card, though. So, no, I don't want to summon the Tower card. It feels like a tower. It feels like you're going through this non-stop fucking Tower card. And so I'm going to put this imagination card on top. I think we're done talking about all the rest. And so part of that, you're being asked to explore yourself, to discover yourself again. And part of that inner exploration, part of that self-discovery is walk beyond the perceived walls. Step outside of what is around you, because Again, it's just a mirror, but this is not a complete picture. We keep coming back to this whole picture thing. This is not a complete picture. And the more you stay inside these four walls, you're just going to keep running up against this energy and this energy. So, doodly-doo, doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, you know, just go out and play. You really need to get to nature, Gemini. And then there's this innocence card reversed, and this is like the Fool. But the imagery of this card is like, it's the scariest Fool card I've ever seen because upright, I don't know if you can see, but the dog is diving in headfirst right into the jaws of an alligator. And the Fool is just like, whoops, oh no, you know. And I'm not sure if that person's just going to jump right in after the dog, but the dog is gone. Like, I don't see anything saving this dog. So, innocence. Well, William Blake certainly had his own way of looking at things, didn't he? I want to study that a little bit more, though. I mean, God, so many things come to mind. The first thing that's silly to me, but, you know, I'm a witch. And one of my very first witchcraft books, probably my very first witchcraft book, was Raymond Buckland's Big Blue Book, The Complete Guide to Witchcraft. And I remember somewhere in there it says, a white dog with brown spots is good luck. Now, whether they are or whether they're not, more than 20 years ago, it was put in my mind that a white dog with brown spots is good luck. And so even though this dog doesn't look very lucky, falling right into the jaws head first, but this is a white dog with brown spots. And what does that have to say? Somehow I feel like, and the dog like doesn't look afraid. It's so funny, like, you know how tarot is, it'll just pull you right into the picture. Like, who cares what the number on it or whatever. The dog, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the dog is like, has this fierce determination, like, oh, you're asking for it, you fucker. So what if your mouth is the same size as my body? Like, this dog is going in fierce. Like, I'll fuck you up. And I almost feel like the human is like, are you sure? But it's like the dog said, yeah, let me get him. And so the person is like, I'm not so sure about that. But the dog is going to fucking, I don't know. I think the dog might win. I don't know why I got so pulled into that. It was the white dog with the brown spots that got me. But that dog is not afraid. And so maybe you feel like you're facing some like unbeatable odds or whatever the cliche term is for it. Facing some really scary odds, but and I don't know, and it is reversed. So I feel like there's this looming, it almost feels like this inevitable new beginning that's going to happen for you that you're fucking terrified about. And again, looking at all these cards, like I'm trying to figure out, what is this about? Like, what are you so afraid of? What new beginning are you so afraid of that? But your guides are like, here, I'm like, well, what is this? But your guides are like, get out of your head about it, you know? Stop perceiving it as this big, terrible monster waiting to eat you. And the more you try, even if you try to see it from a different perspective, right now, it's all you're going to see is teeth. So get out of that headspace, get out of there, put on your wolf's cloak, and take your innocent ass and go to nature and sing your songs, play your flute, whatever you have to do. But you need to start making some noise. But it needs to be nonsensical noise. It needs to be nonsensical noise. Or it can be pretty, you know. If you have a good voice or you feel like you're in particularly good voice on a certain day, whatever it sounds like, it's not about that. It's just about blowing your horn, singing your song, you know, getting away from it and getting completely away from it. Don't let anything wall you in anymore. When you're out in nature, when the wind is blowing in the trees, when the creek is bubbling or whatever it is, the sun is shining, give all of your attention to the present moment. Allow all of your senses to absorb and be nourished by all that is around you. Take your shoes off, absorb Earth's energy, because it's not going to be resolved as long as you're looking at it. And boy, that's some pretty long-winded stuff, but like, do you hear me, Gemini? Do you hear me? Like, take some you time and not even take a bubble bath. Get to nature. Leave the phone in the fucking car, whatever. Don't have electronics with you. Don't give anybody the opportunity to buzz you and say, I need a ride. Don't give anybody an opportunity to buzz and say, Mom or Dad or whatever. Don't. Just go out and play. And then you get this 9 of music. And the 9 of music is like the 9 of water. So without even reading, I can't wait to hear what it says. But it's 9 of cups. It's a wish fulfillment. It's really good emotional fulfillment. It's fulfilling. You've got some fulfillment, but you've got to go do this first. And then you get the fulfillment. And look, the name of the card is happiness. And then my 13-year-old boy wanted to come out and say, and you can't say happiness without penis. I am just terrible. All right, Gemini, whatever. All right. And now on the card, it says, he who binds to himself a joy does the winged life destroy. But he who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise. So whatever, happiness is fleeting. So don't try to hold on to anything, okay? Just savor the moment, savor the moment, savor the moment. I'll say it again. He who binds himself to joy does the winged life destroy. So if something makes you happy and you try to hold on to it, you break its wings. You've taken the joyful thing and you've broken your own wings by trying to make that be this one thing. Whereas when the joy flies by, it comes and goes and you kiss it and you appreciate it. So are you in your gratitude, Gemini? Are you in your gratitude? Are you? Do you feel the love? Do you feel it? Yes, I sing it a lot, but do you feel the love? I don't know why, always, but feel that. Do you feel the joy? Do you feel the peace? Feel the bliss, feel the moment. Do you feel it? And I love it, even the imagery. Like, this is a dude and fairies are diving at his face, man. And I love that, the moon, I feel like this is a moonlight because there's a star right here and this looks like the moon. The moon creates like a halo. Golly, all these songs in the moonlight. In the midnight, if you like the Grateful Dead, in the moonlight, midnight, moonlight. So get out and dance, get out and sing. You need some fucking music, man. Child of music, 9 of music. We've all been in lockdown, but you know what? Music, you need to dance. You need to dance, Gemini, all right? And so these ones are dive bombing for his face. There's these other ones that are bringing gifts. One's got a tray. They've got flowers. They're bringing all these beautiful things, all the beautiful things. And this person, they just got to sit back and let it illuminate them. Let yourself be illuminated. Let yourself be inspired. Let others provide the entertainment for you for once, for fuck's sake, Gemini. Let others entertain you. So go out to nature, then go out and find some live music if you can. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, then fucking hang out in the street outside of a venue that's got some live music playing. You don't have to go in. You don't have to breathe the same air as people. Just let yourself Play, let yourself sing, let yourself dance, whatever the equivalent is. And if you do feel inclined to go listen to some live music, go get some live music and dance, okay? All right. And that brings us to the 6 of poetry, which is the 6 of Wands, 6 of fire. That would be triumph. That would be victory. But it's not triumph and victory after nothing. This is after the battle is won. This is after you faced the worst of it and you triumphed. But in this deck, they call it cooperation, which I know I said that funny. Cooperation. Whatever. Cooperation. I just feel like, yeah, 6 of Wands, victory energy, cooperation. And it is interesting. There's these 2 different figures. I love how they fly so much in this deck. And it looks like a she and a he. She's very etheric with her gown floating. It's almost like she appears out of the ethers just to give this material item. It looks like a book or a parchment or something to him, rising up from that depths. It's interesting how masculine this reading is too. So whether you identify more as masculine or you identify more as feminine, we all are masculine and feminine. And so whatever that masculine part of you is, that activating force, that going after it force, that passionate, I've got to do it, I've got to do the thing, I've got to do. I feel like there's a lot of surrender. And if you do anything, music is the key. But even that is more receive the music, receive the entertainment, receive the earth, receive. It feels like your masculine energy is burnt the fuck out, man. It's time to come into that feminine energy and receive. And that's why you're not getting the emotional fulfillment. And that's why nobody's receiving this from you. Because it's like you're burning the candle at both ends, Gemini. And you may feel like you're just spinning your wheels. I'm not burning the candle at both ends. I'm not getting anything accomplished. So take a deep breath. Accept what is. You're not going to get things accomplished that you think you're supposed to right now. So the best thing you can do is nurture yourself. Dance, sing, play, receive. Allow the flow to come in. Let the music in. Do. I'm gonna let the music in. I'm gonna let the music in. Yeah, I'm gonna sing to you, Gemini, because you need to hear music. You need affirmations sung to you. Let yourself be fulfilled. I feel like you're this cup, but there's all these like drains in the bottom of the cup, and everybody's standing at the drain with their cup out, constantly receiving from you, and you just are empty. And they need to fucking fend for themselves for a minute. It's not going to work until you fill your cup. All right, where are we at with this? We're at 44 minutes almost. So let me read the message on here. Gods are visions of the eternal attributes or divine names. They ought to be the servants and not the masters of man. That's not even the end of it. But I just want to say that again. Gods are visions of the eternal attributes or divine names. They ought to be the servants and not the masters of man. That's not even the end of it. But that right there, Gemini, is like when I saw like possible codependency. Codependency is toxic. And so it's like, you know, Again, what was it saying? You're not being allowed to start painting on the canvas right now, because what you paint is what you're creating. And some higher aspect of you is not allowing you to paint yourself into any more codependency, any more toxicity, any more of giving your power away. You're just not doing it anymore. The gods are the archetypes of what you attune yourself to and what you align yourself to. You don't have to attune yourself to the energy of obedience. You don't have to align yourself with the idea of some outside authority that's going to punish you if you don't do right. So I started writing a song. I'm always like working on songs. But there's this line from this one song I'm working on. And it's funny looking at this and then what was just revealed. I won't sing the whole song, but this line, and it goes, "What are you fighting for?" What are you fighting for? Just in case that sounded weird. What are you fighting for? What does it mean anymore? What are you fighting for while you destroy all that there is worth fighting for? All right, I'll sing the next line. Do you see your reflection when you look into the shadows of the night? Don't you see it's all perception? You think doing wrong is gonna make everything all right. No, it just ain't right. So that whole line about you think doing wrong is gonna make everything all right, in the context of this reading, doing wrong is doing wrong against yourself. You think doing the same thing over and over because you think that's what everybody wants you to do is going to stop this ache and this emptiness in your heart? It's not. What are you fighting for? Are you fighting to hold on to that ache and that emptiness? Stop. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, Gemini. All right. The next part of the message says, cooperating in the bliss of man, obeying his will, servants to the infinite and eternal of the human form. That's about take your power back. Allow yourself to be sovereign. You are a sovereign being. Whether you accept it or not, you are a sovereign being. Whether anyone else has ever told you that or not, you are a sovereign being. So allow yourself to receive. Allow, breathe, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to receive. And again, that's what this message is about. Your masculine part is burnt the fuck out. So stop doing. Your feminine self, open her up. Open yourself up and receive. Allow all these good things, because I feel like good things are trying to come to you, baby. They really fucking are. Good things are coming to you. And when it comes time to face whatever new beginning that you're terrified of, receive, receive, receive. Own your sovereignty. I say tap your thymus. Tap your thymus, and you stimulate your endocrine system. You stimulate yourself. You stimulate all these juices of empowerment. Prime reality is here. Prime reality is within. All is sacred. I know this is a very singing video. Probably will be from now on, so whatever. But all is sacred, including you, all that's within you, and all that you wish to create. So, next time you see that blank canvas, I want the canvas to go from this size to wall size. You've got a wall size canvas. And after you get this inspiration, after you receive, you'll understand that canvas is blank for a reason. Because it's whatever you decide to paint on it. It's whatever you decide to create. So get very clear. But don't think about it now. Go out and have fun. Go out and let yourself receive some inspiration. Go out and let yourself receive some music, some art, some poetry. Let yourself dance. Let the new music in. Let the new energy in. Let the new inspiration in. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Bless your water. And then from that point, it won't be so scary. And whatever falls away, let it fall away. Even if it hurts, you're already feeling hurt. You're already aching. You're already feeling empty. It's already that, I felt it, Gemini. I felt that. Fuck, man. So what have you got to lose? Do you really want to hang on to that? You really think it's going to change by hanging on to it? More of the same is more of the same. You want to let go of what's not working, even if you don't think you do. Even if you're worried about your foundation, even if you're worried about your stability, you know what? Let it go. There's greater things meant for you. Also, I just want to mention, it looks like you're kind of being accused of lying, or there's something there. I get this strong message of accusation. So if this drama and this toxic bullshit is what's falling away, or what's a symptom of everything that's falling away, like, do you need any more of that? I hate to end on like that, but all right. So coming back to that inspiration and that painting your canvas, always feeling like you need to prove yourself, always feeling like you need to defend yourself, and no matter what you do, they come at you with this bullshit anyway, is really not putting the paintbrush in your hand. Is really not helping you get clear on what you want to paint. It's not inspiring you at all. When you're constantly defending yourself, it's putting you, it's PTSD, it's traumatic. It's putting you in fight or flight, which is why you need to get out of the four walls, which is why you need to get to nature and reconnect with your true inner divine being. Okay? Take your power back. Don't be afraid of being alone. Don't be afraid of what you're going to lose, because what's really meant for you is so much greater than this. It's so much more abundant than this. It's so much more rewarding than this. It's so much more fulfilling than this. It's so much more inspiring than this. Okay? I love you, Geminis. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I bless you. Peace, you know. Yeah, I can't imagine saying any more than that. I think you get it. So if you would like a personal reading, I'll put the information below. I need to get back to Facebook. I'm taking a long break, but you can always reach me by email, airyfairytarot@gmail.com. But I'll get back on Facebook and check that page too. So if you would like a personal reading, hit me up there. Those are the two best ways. And you know, if you appreciate the reading and you would just like to tip me or donate or whatever, I'll put my Venmo and PayPal info below too. All right, always appreciate those tips and donations. In the meantime, Gemini, you know, I haven't been too consistent with readings. I know I always mean to, but life. But, you know, if I see again sooner, then cool. If I see again later, then cool. You know, whatever. We're all in divine timing. But I very much love you. I very much hope you find your song again, because once you find your song, you've found your voice. And get that inspiration back. You're too fucking dynamic. You're too fun. You're too playful. You're too amazing to put up with anything that's beneath you. All right. Love and blessings. Take care, Gemini.